guys need is rage. Rage against the machine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Crimson Skies. We are down our high elf wizard of the inventive kind. But that's okay. He'll be back. He'll be back. We might get him tonight. Which would be awesome if we did, actually. No announcements. No announcements. We are going to be playing... Actually, I take that back. Yeah, there's one. Tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. We might miss one of those days, but we will be playing Darkest Dungeon with followers and subscriber characters. So we'll see how long it takes for me to get you guys killed.
Great.
In another game. Other than that, guys, we've really got nothing else to talk about. We're just going to dive right in to tonight's episode of Crimson Skies. When last we came together, you all had a pretty easy, possibly somewhat tense situation with a group of two individuals that happen to be a little bit more focused on you. A one Captain Holt and a one Captain Sage, wanting to make sure that you all would not continue to commit acts of piracy. Of course, not everything is going to go the way that they expect it to, and you all will do what you need to do to stay afloat and keep the money rolling in. So, whether you inadvertently told a white lie or just avoided answering the question as a whole, we'll find out. But you all took off with a new party member, as 6 joined your group, which, through a drunken fixer, with a drunken fixer, turned out to be Hexadick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're still saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Hexadick? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how to say it. So someone wants to correct me on that. Otherwise, but you are all now back on your ship. Viamir quietly feeling a tingling sensation through his body, slightly numbs and feels a little abnormal, as when he tattooed himself at the end of the session, he found himself with a very strange boon or curse. Hard to tell, but the tattoo now allows him to cast Chill Touch using his Wisdom modifier.
Yep.
So, with that, let's dive right in as you all are heading right for Corsair, our lovely little pirate capital, for repairs and new fixes. On to the hand. If you guys have nothing you'd like to discuss with each other within the day's travel, we can move the scene ahead.
I'm good, I think. Oh, actually, I would actually spend some time with Ewan, wherever he would be, and I'd be asking him questions.
Okay.
So Awen's probably just hanging out on the bridge, trying to learn the ropes from
Lycirus?
Lycirus, man, right there. Just learning the ropes from her. Everything from piloting, just trying to watch other movements that she does around the bridge.
Okay.
So, if that's the case, Six is just gonna like saunter around onto the bridge, kind of notice everything, and be like, Captain Maywin, I got a question for you. You do go by Captain Maywin, right? On this ship?
Yeah, you can call me Captain Awen. Yeah. And he kind of looks. I don't know if Vymir's around, but he'll be like, "Yes, Captain Awen is good."
Well, I was wondering how'd you end up on Captain Taggart's ship?
Well, I've been traveling on ships for many years, and Captain Taggart, when he was getting a start, I just gotten off doing some duty with another previous captain who, Taggart. He came into port one day, and I was there, and he was taking on some people, and and I was just looking for work, and I've been with Captain Taggart for years, and just been following his command, and then just got the opportunity to captain this fine ship here when Captain Taggart's ship went down. We were all we fought hard, and then when that went down, just led us to where we are now.
Six is gonna kind of like count some days, and he'd be like, "Man, you haven't been a captain for a very long time, then, huh?"
Yeah, it's only been a couple days. I mean, we went back to we went back to Corsair, and we informed everyone about Captain Taggart's ship going down, and some of the captains there, they had a nice little meeting where they took our group and essentially gave us a ship to go and rescue Captain Taggart there, and now we're on our way back to drop them off, and they told us if we save Captain Taggart and get those guys back, they'd give us some upgrades for our ship. So that's good. Hopefully we can find something to get this thing flying right. I know it looks like we got a couple repairs, and he kind of looks at some of the holes in the.
Yeah, that last battle was a bit of a doozy. Well, I actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm kind of impressed. You already have a crew, and it's been like what? How many days? That's it's very impressive, man. I understand why Captain Taggart would call you his protege.
Yeah, I mean, we picked these guys up not too long ago. We were looking for some crew for Captain Taggart's ship there, and I was able to find these guys in one of the bars, and they're pretty all right group. We got some muscles, some brains, got a little bit of everything. So it's been a pretty fine group. Hopefully we continue to be strong, and everyone gets along pretty well. And he kind of again looks around for Vymir. Just...
Well, I do have a little bit of a tip. That name y'all had for the group, I think it's pronounced ecstatic. I think it's an adjective. I think it's describing something. And I don't know if you'd like to stay with just that or something else, because it's not my position to say. I just, the way you pronounced it and stuff, it didn't, it kind of. No, actually, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Is there anything else you want me to do?
I mean, we were kind of talking. We were trying to figure out what kind of roles some of the people could be playing on the ship. It's Vymir. He tends to work the navigation a little bit over here, and Fixer, of course, he's always down in the engine room there. So, I don't really know too much. He kind of looks towards Lycirus and just like, what a kind of like, if assuming she's there, but just kind of like what other kind of roles do we typically have on the ship? I mean, at least on this ship. I know we got some maybe gunnery and
Lot of roles. Need to fill both port and starboard machine gun ports. Make sure they're stocked. Need to make sure that we've got both cannons, fore and aft, loaded, manned. Or we could upgrade the systems and just require 4 less people. Still need 2 to man it, but
yeah. So I mean, we definitely need someone in charge of gunnery. I mean, you've got a gun. I mean, I don't know. Are you any good with any ship weaponry? Have you spent a lot of time on ships yourself? Have you?
Nope.
No, just okay.
I mean, use this gun. I gotta point at the shooter. That's the only gun I really know how to use. That's the only gun I really want to use. I actually own money. I'm a bounty hunter. All I do is shoot shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can maybe find. We do have to, like Lassier said, we got to find some more crew to man some of the guns, and we'll probably have to pick up some people, either in Corsair or maybe one of the other places that we travel to, but. We find someone else who maybe kind of mans the gunnery. I don't know if you've got an idea what kind of role you want to have around the group. I mean, he kind of looks around like Sirius. She does a lot of the
I do
piloting.
everything.
She does about everything usually, and
That's impressive. Modified impressive.
I want one of them to step up and stop being so lazy. Most of them, actually.
If that's the case, what do you think? What do you think I should be doing, little A?
She turns her head over and actually takes a look at you, and I think first you need to change the long coat for a poncho.
Now, why's that?
It just would look better. I also think cats and ponchos are kind of cute. And she points to a small kitten that's in her lap that is actually wearing a small little poncho. She does have one of the 3 kittens on the ship.
Y'all got ship pets too, huh?
3 cats.
It's to kind of keep. We got the cats to keep all the other little creature things away. It's kind of a long story.
6 is just gonna be kind of like, y'all got rats then, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. You just let us know if you see any. I mean, especially if they look dead.
I'm sure three kittens will take care of that pretty well.
Yeah, I think someone's training them. I think maybe Law. I think he had a cat. I don't remember. Someone else had a cat. I think Vahimir probably. I think he had one. I think he had the mean one. And then maybe Sin had one.
As you say that, there is a black cat that comes onto the bridge, looks at you all.
Yeah, that one's Vayamir's.
Steps back a bit.
The big one, huh?
Yeah, the one that hisses and everything. Yeah, that one's Vayamir's.
I think he's gonna be pretty good in a fight. Probably pretty good in a fight too, huh? I'm gonna point at the cat and be like,
You watch as the cat just tick, 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 all the claws come out as it kind of shuffles back a bit more, its eyes still
So, and he he kind of looks. Awen's gonna look back to Lysiris and be like, yeah, so you kind of wanted to change his outfit, but you really didn't say what you thought maybe he should do. You think there's a job?
Whoops. Hang on, everybody. There we go. We're back. There you go. All right, cool. We're back. Go, Discord. No, I'm not the captain. You are. You should absolutely find a job for him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll just throw you in a couple things here and there and see, you know, what sticks. You know, kind of like throwing darts at the wall. We'll give you a go at a couple different things, and you see what it is you like, see what think works best for everyone, and I think we go from there.
I just ask you don't give him Viamir's station. I don't want to lose a new crew member.
Don't. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, and he just kind of like he's just like under his breath. He's like, yeah, Viamir will kill you.
Nah, that'll be fine.
But yeah, I mean,
I get
you're
along
welcome.
with everybody.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good.
Except for the
good
people
thought
that
to
I
have.
killed, though.
Yeah, it's
I don't
kind
get
of.
along with them.
Yeah, Viamir just doesn't really get along with anyone, but it's okay. He's growing.
like-
I think he's growing.
I
He's growing.
think he seems like the type of person that's going to respect strength a little bit more than just personality. So you should probably do that too. I mean, strictly professional speaking. But
Yeah, I mean, I fight with my hands. You know, I don't. You know, sometimes use a little staff here, but it's I show my strength. I think I fare well in battle. You know.
I mean, if that's the case, it'll work out. Anyways, I guess I'll try to find something to do. Last ship I just waiting till we had a fight. That was kind of boring. I don't usually like just sitting there, so I'll go see what the gunny thing is about. Maybe I don't have to shoot, but maybe I can help you aim and stuff.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. I mean, once we get back to Corsair, we'll maybe we'll do some repairs. Maybe we'll pick up some more people for the ship, and then we'll probably head out. We got a couple things. We got the keys. We got the gladiators. We got a couple missions ahead of us. See if we can't maybe make some deliveries for other people. And maybe take a few passengers on board if need be.
Sounds good. If that's the case, I will bid you a good afternoon, Captain Mayman. I'm gonna check down that gunnery station.
Okay. Easy enough. As you make your way and explore that, moving the scene along if no one else has anything else they wish to do.
I will man my station, but feeling a little under the weather. A little chilly in here.
Yeah, a little chilly. As you guys make the journey, come the next morning, you have docked back in Corsair, and the life is once again booming here. Everyone is ecstatic to see Captain Taggart and his crew, what's left of it, returned. So he takes them off. He immediately starts not even saying a word to Awen or the rest of you. Just he and his crew make their way off of your boat. And they start making their way towards the Queen's little castle.
We
Leaving
should
you
probably
all.
follow them, right?
You say follow Captain Taggart?
Yeah, because we saved him and we're supposed to get like a reward.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea there, Captain.
Yeah. Why don't we make sure everyone's here, and we'll go ahead and follow, and we'll maybe we'll talk to the Queen herself, or maybe we run into some of those other captains. And Awen's just gonna kind of open and head out and make sure that Viamir and Fixer and the whole gang's coming as well.
Fixer, I'm gonna stay right here and start working on the ship with Lysiris.
Good call.
Okay, is there anything that you need?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he give us any like if we're going into town? Does he give us any idea as to what we need to make repairs or anything? Or
Nope. He and Lysiris will take care of that, leaving you guys free to
cool.
do whatever it is. All right. So you guys are following after Captain Taggart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do notice, as you make your way through the streets of this elevated city, there are two very familiar men throwing handfuls of sand at each other. No, I'm the more handsome one, you filthy scumbag. I go ask this lady right here, how handsome am I? And you will see this not so attractive looking woman, rather poxmarked face and kind of scrappy looking hair, just in strips here and there. Looks at them both, and her large meaty arms just kind of push him back. None of you are handsome in any way. You're all a bunch of ugly bastards. He stumbles back. That's not true. I am the most handsome. I use this special handsome dust. As you guys walk past, continuing, the two men now start going blows, fist to fist, knocking each other as hard as they can. It is going into a huge fist fight at this moment.
Good.
Pirates are weird.
Law stifles a chuckle.
Okay.
I don't know how they're weird. They're settling their differences.
Nah, settling their differences by throwing sand at each other first. I mean, that
Well,
did
it's a long story, but they think the sand is magical.
So pirates are dumb.
Those
I
two.
would like
Well,
to
those ones are dumb.
prestidigitate, the words "handsomest" across one of their foreheads.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Why
Do I can I roll to see if I notice that she's doing this?
We'll see what your what's your passive?
My passive's at 12.
I'll have you roll for it. Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception.
I need to find a d20. Give me a second, please.
And your sack of dice.
You want to do shenanigans and you're not even ready. Pathetic.
That's a 14 plus 2.
16?
Mine was a 16.
16. You do catch her doing it, but you notice as the pirate that was initially throwing the sand and got shoved looks and goes, "You got some funny word on your face," and just slam right in the forehead as he does.
I'm gonna give a little chuckle and then put on the other guy's forehead, "handsomer est."
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
That is 18 plus 5, so 23.
18 plus 5. As you do, he goes, "You're not the more handsomest of guys." And he just smack, as they start really going into town on each other now, just trying to beat the ever-loving shit out of each other.
I love this place.
It's starting to grow on me. It's definitely starting to grow on me.
As,
You should remove all growths. They're not good for you.
Oh, I need a new wig.
yes, you do. As you guys start getting closer, Captain Taggart and his crew actually make their way inside of Rivana's castle before you all do. And as they do, the door shuts behind them, and the guards stand there and stare at you, blocking your way.
are you, excuse me, are you gonna let us in there? I don't, maybe, I don't.
Do
where
you
was
have a
the
meeting?
Captain Tagger?
Yes, we have an appointment.
Names?
Captain Eowyn.
Yeah, obviously.
Never heard of you.
Did you check your list?
I know there are no appointments set, and the lady asked specifically not to be bothered, now that she is seated with Captain Taggart.
You know what? What's your name?
It's not important.
I know you're not important, but I need to know your name now.
You don't need to know my name.
I don't, maybe you say you haven't heard of us, but we're the crew that rescued Captain Taggart. We're also the crew who rescued the Queen herself. Maybe you could try talking to someone else. They probably know us.
You rescued the Queen. Yes, I'm aware of that. You have been paid your due for rescuing the Queen.
Oh, so you have heard of us?
That doesn't mean you get extra favors.
But they'd promised us if we brought back Captain Taggart, they'd also.
Do you have
reward us
proof you
with-
brought back Captain Taggart?
He just walked by you. Are you blind as well as stupid?
I didn't see you with him. You were at least 60 feet behind. Therefore, that puts a decent amount of separation. Coincidence, if you would.
You know what? I think there's some sand you'd be really interested in because you seem like a real dummy.
Oh man. I mean,
You're
you could
funny.
probably just ask Captain Taggart or the Queen. I mean, she sent us to get Captain Taggart, and Captain Taggart's back because we brought him. You know, you could probably ask a couple of.
Make a persuasion check.
As all
that-
that's happening, Six is gonna be like, "Don't
That's,
y'all have any like shipping docking records or anything? Because I didn't see any other ship that docked exactly the same time as us, and Captain Taggart came out from our ship. So
You're presuming way too much of this no-name nobody.
Are you a cop?
That will be reading the history books with our names in it.
You sound like a
He
cop.
Sits here.
You know you have to tell us you're a cop if you're a cop.
First of all, that's insulting. I would never be ever in leagues with police officers.
Hey, we're just kind of looking at Six like, is he a cop?
Yeah, I would actually, when he says I'm not in league with police officers, I'd like to do an insight check on Six.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check. What was your persuasion check, Awen?
It was just a 12.
12?
Only thing you can cop is these hands, fool.
10 total.
10? Sazia, 6. Do you want to make either, are you telling the truth, or are you
I'm
lying?
telling the truth.
Okay. Fine. You're not a cop. Stop asking questions like one.
So, I mean,
Some questions for like a bounty hunter, but okay. I mean,
You're pretty close to a damn cop then, being a bounty hunter.
Awen again's kind of looking at him like, is it cop?
Something tells me your bounty isn't even worth his time, you pathetic excuse for a man.
6, go
Hey,
ahead and make a
Bio.
history check. You got a pretty decent knowledge of bounties. And you're in a pretty good place where you could claim quite a number.
oh, shit.
Oh my goodness.
Shit, I rolled the 21.
You do recognize this individual's name. This is Victor Ark. Victor Ark is a notorious gunslinger and is known for a very short fuse, and at this moment he seems to be having a longer one. It might be a lack of alcohol, or it might be the laws and regulations here in Corsair, but something is keeping him restrained. He's killed quite a number of individuals, both innocents and legal. He is currently worth 20,000 gold pieces.
I'm gonna kind of like look at him, study him a little bit, and be like, see, I like it when people hire me. I don't go willy-nilly looking for bounties. So I mean, if someone in league of, let's say, these fine gentlemen here, and this fine little lady wanted to hire me, I'd follow that a lot more than hunting bounties. So, not like a cop.
As you say that, he gives a slight chuckle and itches through his deep chestnut brown beard and... Right. He looks to the other guard at the door. Go in and see.
Gonna be alright out here by yourself?
Yeah. Alright. You watch as he slips through the crack of the door, shuts it. You hear a lock. Second lock. Third. Makes his way down the hall. Victor just stands there. You see his complexion for a human bears several scars, and one even looks like a bullet wound clear right above his forehead that he is somehow still ticking from. But magic can do a lot. But that's quite an impressive survival wound there.
How'd you get that one? Law asks.
Shooting people. And they shot back.
Oh, they always shoot back. I know that, Phil. What type of piece you use?
He just opens up his coat, and you see that he has a sawed-off rifle. That is just like it's like a sawed-off hunting rifle. Clip fed. Puts it back.
Interesting. Using a long range and a short range capacity. Effective.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's also good for intimidating.
Intimidating who? Children?
Your mother.
Yeah. My mother would destroy you.
I've already destroyed her.
Essentially.
I find that highly unlikely.
Wait, are you still going with the tree as your mother?
She is like the only thing I had as a mother, yes.
Does that make you a tree fucker?
It would make him a tree fucker.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Sure.
Cool. Putting your wood in some wood.
He manages with a natural 20 to keep his composure and not even smirk a grin. It's like he's one of the Queen's Guard, just sitting there, just funny.
I thought so.
I bet even the squirrels wouldn't even go for his nuts. They're too small.
Wouldn't you like to know?
No, I wouldn't. I'll just ask my mother.
Good.
Awen just kind of standing there, just like awestruck, like, what is happening?
You can call me.
He's gonna look at Awen like you're not gonna try to stop any of this.
He just looks at you, Viamir. You can call me Daddy.
I would, but it's clearly that I'm the bigger man. No, I mean clearly. And I'll drop my loincloth.
Law's going to try to slyly hit.
Wait, you would actually you don't have a loincloth. You have your kilt.
Yeah, my kilt. It's gone.
So you just drop your kilt.
It's at my ankles.
You hear from behind you, "Woo! Pants off, dance off!" As this rather old halfling with graying curly hair just pulls his pants off and starts running around, arms in the air. Woo! And you hear the little pitter-patter of halfling feet running up and down the streets.
I've started a revolution.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm still in the camp. Pirates are weird. No offense to you, Victor.
None taken.
I'm still confused about what pirates are supposed to do because, like, I know what the word means, but then watching these pirates, they don't really do pirate things based on my definition of it. So,
Which pirates have you been with?
The Queen, obviously.
Was she on her own ship?
No, would we need to save her if she was on her own ship, Victor?
Then, there's your point. Captains don't take over other captains' ships unless they're boarding them to do so. If she was brought on to be saved, then no, she wouldn't take command.
That's irrelevant to my argument.
What is your
Really,
argument?
this guy got 20,000 gold on his head, and you only got like 4, Awen. That's pathetic.
75,000.
Yeah, well, I guess all you have to be is stupid, and your fucking bounty goes up.
Yeah.
Clearly, why Awen's is so low.
Oh.
Would I have known about Awen's bounty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awen's bounty, though, has been cleared.
Yeah, it has been cleared just now.
Yep.
Wasn't that high before compared to 20,000, so
Wasn't that
You could have
high.
paid it off.
You
You
could have
paid it off immediately.
paid it off.
I'm just gonna turn to Captain Awen and be like, Captain, to be fair, he's killed more people than you. You have a rising body count of
Awen, you've
0.
killed people.
0.
I mean, you don't always have to kill people to be a pirate. I mean, but that's not the point right now. We just wanted to talk with the Queen and, you know, talk with Captain Taggart. And
As you say that, the mousy, smaller guard comes out.
Ah, hey. So, Queen says she'll talk to you all later. Doesn't want to talk to you right now. Captain Taggart says, go get drunk. Or get yourself some cash. There's bounties to be done. Jobs to get done.
Did he not see the ship we rode in on? I'm really beginning to doubt how this whole community is still alive.
No, yeah, you need money. Repairs. He'll be able to make sure you get those repairs done. Captain's gonna pay for a small upgrade for you all, but you still need repair money.
Yeah. So you have it?
No. You go, find yourself a job at the taverns.
Find a job at the tavern.
Oi,
Awen.
you could go and, fetch food, go hunt some deer, hunt some bear. There's all types of shit for you fuckers to do. But not here, not in front of the castle. No, you should go. Sully off.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Doesn't matter.
But I want
Hey.
to know. It matters.
No,
to
that's
me.
my name, doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey guys, why don't we go and regroup and come up with a plan, right, Captain?
And as you look at him, this other guard, he's tall but kind of short and lanky for a lizard folk or a dragonborn. It's almost like he's the tallest kobold you've ever seen.
Are you a kobold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, why don't like they said? If
I'm what
the
happens when a
Queen
dragonborn and a kobold make happy.
Dragon
Really?
Ball and Cobalt make
Hey.
happy.
That is not a visual I needed.
Now you have it. Great. That's why my name's
So
doesn't matter.
Do lizards make happy? I thought they just laid eggs.
No, kobolds and dragonborns can make happy together.
You know, I don't know what it is with everyone here and being obsessed with anatomy, but like I said, let's go back to the ship and regroup and figure out what we're gonna do, or go to an inn and get drunk and figure out what we're gonna do. Either way works for me.
And kill some bears.
Does that mean you have 2 penises?
What you like to say?
Law will cast silence around Sin.
I will reluctantly pull up my kilt and start heading back towards the taverns.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am legitimately marking that spell slot.
That sounds like a good idea.
We could definitely go to a tavern and regroup, and yeah, I don't know if, and he's just gonna look back towards Victor and the kobold guy thing and just be like, do you know like when we should come back to see the Queen or Captain Taggart?
I'll come get ya!
Timer. Do you know where we're going?
No.
Oh, you're just gonna find us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What, you don't trust his nose?
As he points to it, you do notice his nose for a kobold is kind of broken in one direction.
Yeah, I mean, I've never put a lot of faith in someone's nose before, but I mean, yeah, why don't we just, we'll just be at the tavern real close by here, and when the Queen and Captain Taggart are ready to talk to us, you just come get us, and we'll come back, we'll talk to them, we'll get our upgrades for the ship, and in the meantime, we'll just be looking for some jobs to do, and maybe see if we can't raise some more money for repairs.
Sounds like a good idea.
And Eowyn's just gonna kind of look to everyone and kind of like start turning his back and slowly walking away.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna follow.
Law follows after Eowyn.
But before I do, I'm just gonna nod at Victor and be like, "Get that, you?"
Sincere is still adamantly talking towards the kobold, even though silence is on her.
It's good to know that she's keeping up appearances. Okay. As you guys make your way off to one of the 2 taverns.
But before though, I'm gonna tap Sincere and make sure that she knows that we're leaving, because she seems very, very, very enamored at this. Like,
She turns and starts talking towards you as well.
Make an insight check. Sincere.
Okay, insight.
The reason I haven't had you make one yet. Did you nat 1?
No, that's a nat 2.
It's a net. Oh god.
isn't that still a negative? Like 0?
Still a negative. What's the negative, Sin?
No, it's 2 total because I'm proficient in insight.
Sin, you didn't nat 1, and you didn't go negative. So, while you don't hear yourself, it takes you a moment to realize someone cast silence on you. And you've been talking this whole time, and that kobold hasn't heard a damn thing you've said.
She takes out a sheet of parchment and an ink pen and starts writing.
You guys see Sin is not following, and 6 is lagging behind.
I'll be like, hey, guys, Sin's kind of just here, and y'all, I want to do something about this.
She writes on the parchment, I mean, if you're okay with showing your penis in public, sure. And shows it to the kobold dragonborn.
Victor looks at him, and the kobold looks at Victor, and there's this smile that comes across his face, and Victor just The kobold shrugs is his answer.
Shrugs. The shrugs real hard.
He does shrug real
gonna-
hard.
I'm gonna turn over to go look at the piece of paper, and when I read it, I just kind of like snatch it out of her hand and be like, and try to motion her to come towards.
Are you catching up with the group?
And then instead she starts pointing at the paper and then pointing at Six.
I'm just gonna walk towards the group.
Okay.
I'll release silence on Sin.
Okay. Sin, you hear sound again. It's pretty nice.
Whoa, I can hear again, guys. Oh, is that the no? Why are you walking away, Six? No, come back.
I'm just gonna slowly rip up the paper.
Oh,
Just like,
paper
fuck.
costs so much, though. I could have written on the back.
All right. As you guys head off to one of the two taverns, do you guys want to go to the one that you've been to? Who remembers the name of that one?
Was that the ridiculously long one? That didn't make any sense.
Yep.
The drunken cabbage?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you guys head to the Drunken Cabbage, making your way back, you find yourselves greeted with open arms and some cheers. And a rather large, heavy-set Warforged sitting there, his gear set to the side, and you see his more humanoid faceplate kind of marked up, hiding his mouth and his nose behind kind of like an Optimus Prime face guard as he just kind of stares at you. And you hear that mechanical grain. Were you successful?
Is this the Warforge we encountered
Super
before?
successful!
Yeah, so-
We did it! He's alive and he's back talking to the queen already.
Just kind of pointing to what she said, be like, yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, Sazia also died, but can't do anything about that.
But we did,
I at
We
least
did kill
win
the-
some money.
the witch. There was the witch. I don't know if you heard about the witch, maybe?
I don't care about a witch. All I know
Yeah.
is I win some money.
Oh, that's sad. You bet that one of us would die?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I did.
did you at least make a lot of money on it?
I did. Crom thought
Okay.
none of you would die.
Oh, wow. That's
Well-
really nice of him.
I think Sazia would be happy to know he made somebody somewhere money.
I hope
Yeah, this
so.
Sassy guy sounds like a nice person.
Oh no, he wasn't nice at all. That's why I liked him.
Ah.
As you say that,
He
Captain.
was
ahead.
okay.
As you say that, Captain Kelzata comes in and. Well, that's a bit of a shame.
Oh, it's you again.
Whatever the other
Sorry.
captains throw in for an upgrade, I'll give you a second.
Yeah. You give us a second upgrade for the ship? Just
Yes. We're
This is
friends.
the
coming.
changeling
Hey,
captain,
Win.
For our-
right?
Yes.
Sincere, as soon as he walks up, Sincere, like, just walks away.
Okay.
well, that's mighty nice of you to offer an upgrade for our ship as well. Yeah, we
We're
got a couple
friends,
repairs.
Eowyn.
Yeah, of
You've
course.
done work for me and for the rest of this city, so I will, in return,
repay you out of my own pockets.
That seems perfectly reasonable.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, we got some. I don't want to be rude by asking, but I don't know if you or any of the other captains have any other additional work that you've heard about. You know, we've got some repairs we got to make to the ship, and trying to find some other work.
I've heard of a few jobs that would be appropriate for you all. They are dangerous. You might lose more friends. They are appropriate. How risky are you looking, all of you, to go?
100% risk.
Good. He makes his way over to one of the large bulletin boards and pulls down one of the slips of paper. He brings it over. 500 gold pieces. There are some giants that have been eating a lot of the local wildlife. We need you to kill both of them.
The wildlife?
The giants.
Oh.
They're slow. So if you get up close, it'll hurt. But if you don't, take them out at a distance, you should be fine. But they're hardy.
Sounds boring. Sounds really boring.
It's up to you. 2 giants, 500 gold pieces is plenty to get your ship repaired with whatever kind of damage might have been done.
He like kind of looks back towards the board where he
There's
pulled that slip from.
There's a board full of slips of paper. You recognize this. This is just a general contracts board for any young pirate or young up-and-comer who's looking to get their name out there and make a bit of a name for themselves. Kind of like a little adventuring quest board. Pirate style.
Can I make an insight check on him? Six doesn't really trust this guy. Says he's a friend.
Sure. What exactly are you trying to discern? Just whether or not he is truthful in his friendliness?
I want to see if there's any malice behind him saying stuff like oh, we're friends and things like that. Like it sounds like he's to do 6. It sounds like he's like trying to take advantage of him in some way. Let's see. Insight's not that good, but yeah. Never mind. So we move the scene along. Yeah. I rolled a 4.
4. He seems to be truthful. There is a bit of upon finding out that Sazia has left this world, there is a bit of sadness to his eyes, but he does seem truthful nonetheless.
Okay.
Eowyn's gonna kind of like walk towards the board, and he's just gonna kind of be eyeing. This was the Captain Kelzata, right?
Captain Kelzata, yep.
Yeah. So he's gonna be kind of like eyeing him, like shaking his head, but he's gonna kind of be like glancing at the board to see if there's anything else up there that's listed for a high gold value.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, yeah, good one. That is a 25.
Ooh, 25. Very nice. There is one that is set for about 1,500 gold pieces. And that is to take out an entire gnoll den. A good 3 days by foot into the forest northward. The position is marked. It is a known mine for iron and steel and other metals and precious metals. And from what you read, it was taken over about a month ago, and the concern over the mine hasn't been too high, as Corsair has multiple other mines in the area. However, the gnoll pack has grown into a tremendous size and has actually started threatening heavily
the city and the other mines in the area.
So it's to completely wipe out the gnolls?
Completely to wipe out the gnolls in the mine.
Bomb it from space.
Yeah.
No, we can't nuke it from orbit.
And then just he's just gonna do like a quick glance, like looking for one that's something that doesn't involve killing, and just to get an idea as what the gold value is for something not killing related.
There is one that does not require killing. That one will run you about 250 gold pieces, and that is simply a delivery from Corsair to one of the small hunting cabins on the outskirts of the forest, eastward towards Fort Veru. It's just a small supply cache of provisions, clothing, drink, and other stuff. It's a lot to carry. It will require a set of horses and a wagon that are not included, which is, you guess, probably why it's such an expensive gold payout. It's going to cost you a bit, probably enough to recoup losses and come out with maybe about 75 gold.
Would Awen know why they wouldn't be able to take an airship for the delivery?
That is entirely up to the captain, but it is recommended to go by
cart,
horse and cart.
Okay. So it just kind of says like take horse and got it. Okay.
It's recommended.
So as Awen, gotcha. So Awen's just gonna he's gonna look to the group and towards Captain Kelzata and just be like, well, guys. I mean, there's quite a few options up here. I mean, we've got giants. This looks like this gnoll problem seems to be quite a big deal. And he's just gonna look to the Captain Kelzata and be like, "Are you familiar with the gnoll incident? The incident with the gnolls? It seems to be a problem. It's got a pretty high value on it up here on the board."
It is. Gnolls are deadly predators, and they're hidden by the canopies of the trees, so we can't just bombard them with a ship. So it requires foot troops. If you want to be the foot troops, by all means, go take that one on. That one I can guarantee you will get you killed. Gnolls don't fight fair. And when they fight, they will bring you down, and when they bring you down, they will tear you apart. And when you run, they will chase after you and tear you apart.
We should send Victor in there.
Victor might actually be able to do it.
Oh.
But the Queen likes him.
mean,
as a personal guard.
Yeah, I mean, well, if that, we could certainly, that one maybe we're just not ready for that yet. We still have a little bit more of our team we got to build up here. I mean, we also...
Let us battle giants then.
yeah, giants, okay. And he just kind of looks towards everyone else to see if they, he's just going to kind of slowly be like, there's also a delivery.
That is pathetic.
Yeah. We could certainly go towards the giants, and we could figure out why they're killing the wildlife, and
they're probably hungry.
Yeah.
Well, from my experience, the giants would probably be a little bit more fun for some like a party like us than the gnolls, especially because there's just a lot of them most of the time. But that's what I remember at least. But
yeah, a lot. It sounds like it's like a whole camp, like a whole big group of gnolls. I mean, it's got a high gold value on it, but yeah, I'm guessing it's probably.
We should go kill some giants.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys don't? Do any of you know how to speak to a giant?
Yeah, and I hold my scimitar.
I actually open up my coat and show my 6-shooter as well.
Yes.
That is how you do speak to a giant.
Everybody
Unless you
understands
know.
pain.
Unless you know giant.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was. And he kind of looks to the captain. He's like, yeah, it's kind of what I was trying to ask everybody, but it seemed like they found their answer. Yeah, I mean, if Giants is where we want to go, I mean, that's...
Good choice, Captain. It's settled.
Yeah. Do we just... How far are they? They're...
Head west towards the mountains. You'll find them there.
Yeah, like in a couple... Like a day, or maybe a couple days, or...
Maybe about
an
5
hour?
or 8 miles.
5 or 8 miles, okay.
Law's gonna go over to the board and try and see if there's any other smaller jobs that we can do on the way. Basically, kind of a kill 2 birds with 1 stone kind of situation.
Make an investigation check.
Why you gotta be killing everything, man? Giants, birds.
13.
13. In Awen, you got a 12?
I had a 25 on my perception.
You got a 25? Yeah, there's really nothing else along the way that stands out, or are you not caring about gold value?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for anything that can make us a little bit of extra coin on the way.
A little bit of extra coin? Okay. There is one, it's worth 75 gold pieces. There is a tribe of hobgoblins and goblins nearby, westward, a little shorter than that. Kind of will take you maybe about an hour out of the direction of the giants. But there is a clan of hobgoblins and goblins that roam the area that they would like recruited to join Corsair. They have proven themselves useful. They have slung together crashed airships into being a small floating fortress that floats just beneath and just within the canopies of the trees, and causes some havoc with the crews when they start kind of roaming the underbrush.
We could do this on the way, Captain, and make a little bit extra.
Hey, we're just gonna kind of read over it real quick and be like,
no killing on that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you can sell sand to, if you can sell sand, I mean, you could probably just talk some goblins into joining Corsair. Yeah,
Unless we have to fight their leader to become the head of their tribe to get them to join.
I mean, if we don't have to fight them, Viamir, we can just talk to them.
It's an option. I'm just throwing it out there.
Doesn't sound like that kind of situation, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. But
yeah. Why don't we take these two and see if we can't talk to the goblins and get them to join up with Corsair, and then we'll make our way over towards the giants, and we'll figure out if we can find a way for them to stop eating all the wildlife.
I know a way.
It's great.
I think his way.
Captain Kelzatar.
There's no R at the end of that.
No, hard R. Okay. Is there a place where I can buy a new war horn? I broke mine on my way over to this accursed land.
Yeah, if you head to the general stores, Zeta might have something for you.
Fantastic.
Alright. Anything else anyone wishes to do, or are you guys good to go?
Sincere's at the bar drinking.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, just based on his experience working on ships, would Awen know how long some of these minor updates to the hand might take?
Upgrades?
In the general sense.
Upgrades and repairs will take a week, depending on the tier of the upgrade. You could be here for 2 weeks.
Okay. But the ship as it is right now is flyable.
Ship as it is right now, for actual full health and flyable and combat, you will need a week of repair time.
we were in limbo home mode, more or less.
You are in limbo mode for a week.
I will go to the general store.
Okay. Heading over to the general store, you find the half-orc Zeta Lex standing there, looking at you. Yeah? What do you want?
A horn.
What kind?
A war horn.
Material?
Preferably a mighty beast's horn.
Antler. Right. Mighty Beast?
Yeah, like maybe from a minotaur.
No Minotaur. Though, if you are looking for a real challenge, there is a tribe of orcs in the local area that has a Tanaruk.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
They have pretty mighty horns. If you were to kill one and saw one off, you'd have yourself a pretty damn good war horn.
Until then, I need something in the meantime.
Fair enough. She pulls out a ivory horn, sets it on the table. 5 gold.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
5. Pockets them.
Thank you. Goodbye. And now I have a war horn.
Now you have a war horn. One war horn made of ivory in your pocket.
It's totally a horn of Valhalla. You don't have to tell me. I already know.
Should know.
Worth the shot.
What would you guys like to do? Would you like to start taking on one of the quests?
Go grab Fixer.
Alright. So you grab Fixer. Fixer is a little drunk inside of the engine room. He seems to be a little mopey. What do you want?
We're gonna go kill some giants. It's good stress relief, I assure you.
Fine. Fine. Fixer will get up. Stumbles a bit, but stabilizes himself. Kind of follows you out. Alright. Alright.
Up you go, big guy. Where's that sled?
What do you need a sled for?
Because when he got really drunk in
Look,
Christmas special.
did you guys bring that home?
I don't know.
I don't think you did. I don't think you
I
brought
don't
the
think we
sled
brought
home.
The sled home. No.
You are sledless.
Well, walk it off, and I'll
As
give
you
him
say,
a hearty slap on the butt.
as you give him a hearty slap, he just kind of stumbles and you see he catches himself with this massive wrench and just okay. And as he starts walking, dink, 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 as he starts walking with the wrench. As you guys make your way, where would you guys like to go? Are you guys heading right off into this job, or what do you guys intend to do?
I think we're gonna detour for the goblins.
Well, there's the goblins, and then they said about the giants. He had made a comment that we're better off attacking from range than up close melee.
Probably where I come in with that one.
I'm still gonna stab it.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm just here to sing and look pretty.
You did mention that there was 2, right? What, could we try to isolate them and get them one at a time?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on, do they stick together or, I mean, I guess if we can't talk to them, you guys, none of you speak giant? You can't talk to giants?
We can potentially set a trap, but we would need to
For-
know the lay of the land first.
Yeah.
I can try to blind one of them, but I've got to be within 30 feet.
I can throw you at them.
Good idea. Let's table it for now, though.
Okay, plan B, throw law. Got it.
Let's call that like a solid plan, like F.
Yeah, for fucking throw law.
Eowyn's gonna look around and just be like, you guys, I mean, I usually like to get in pretty close when I fight, but I mean, I don't know if I want to be. What's that?
You should probably throw the captain over, and that'd help.
Stick by me, Captain. The spirits will protect us.
Yeah, I just
Even
I don't
that
know.
you've forsaken our ways, the spirits will know.
So
Okay.
let's put it this way. You don't want to be too else I try to do something and potentially blow both of them up or something like that. You know that thing when I told you about catching a bullet that might explode?
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we got this. All we gotta do is isolate one of them, and like Law said, blind the other, and take one down first. Hopefully the other doesn't get too roused by it. Hopefully they're not some sort of giant couple, or else we would kind of be at ends with ourselves dealing with a giant that just lost their significant other and everything. But
Yeah, maybe we could maybe scout them out for a little bit and figure out how we could get them isolated, and then maybe
That's,
take.
again, a good plan, Captain. We need to see
Yeah.
the land first.
yeah,
All right. Why don't we? Well, I mean, I don't think we should waste time, waiting for the ship to be fully repaired, because, someone might claim the bounty themselves, and they might claim the reward themselves, and maybe we should go stop and see the goblins first, and get them to come over to Corsair and team up with them, and then we can make our way over to the giants. Or you guys want to do the giants first and then go to the goblins?
It's your decision, Captain.
Why don't we?
Well, we don't want a situation like what just happened with Captain Taggart, where the goblins get here before we arrive. So let's go do the giants and then walk home with the goblins.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes, because if the goblins come and then we aren't with the goblins, then we don't get to claim the reward because they weren't sure that we came with anyone. So, hey. So yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we go to the giants first, and then we'll head over to the goblins and try to bring them back to Corsair.
Okay.
Sounds
Right
like
now,
a solid
on
plan you
stream,
have there,
I'm the
Captain.
DM.
Oh, that's right. We did just get.
Level 20, everybody, while I have the power.
You wish, as we have our full crew now. So, you guys
I'm here.
deciding to make your direct path towards the giants first.
Yeah, giants. That was to the west.
Towards the
Sounds
mountains.
about
Towards the mountains.
mountains, 5 to 8 miles.
Alrighty. As you guys take the elevator down that long journey of a few minutes downward, you enter once again the deep, thick forest of the Core Lands. It's damp pines and somewhat musty air filling your lungs. It's quite pleasant. And it looks nice. It's a pleasant example of things that just should be. This forest. With that, as you start making your direction, what is the pace you would like to set? And what is the marching order?
I will be ahead scouting.
Eowyn's going to stay towards the back.
Okay.
I want to be around the middle. 6 is going to be around the middle.
That would be where Law would be somewhere in the middle. Probably.
Can't all be in the middle.
Well, I know we all can't be
technically-
dead center, but we're somewhere between.
They're
I
all
there?
on each other's shoulders.
Faimir in the front, Eowyn in the back, everyone else is in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Works.
Okay. All right.
Am I there?
You are there. You are
Yes.
you are slowly sobering.
I'll- Wait, what?
You are slowly
How much did I
sobering.
drink?
You
How
had
much
a
did I drink?
you had some drinks in the engine room. You had some engine tequila basically.
You can still walk by yourself, so
You can still
I
walk.
endorse
not
this.
enough.
You've got your giant wrench to help you out.
Yes.
All right, so to help you
is
out
Hawk
with marching
there?
order.
Is Hawk there?
Hawk is there.
Okay.
You did not kill Hawk in a drunken stupor.
Awesome. Then Hawk is gonna be flying ahead in kind of like a, I don't know, 90-degree radius, just kind of sweeping the area ahead of us.
Okay, sounds like a plan. As you guys start making your way through the forest, in the direction that you were pointed to go, Viamir, go ahead and make a survival check as you start leading them through, and have Hawk go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Natural 20.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Hawk got a non-natural 20.
Oh shit. We are on fucking fire tonight.
So that's 24.
With your survival skill, Viamir, you almost immediately pick up, only a mile out of the perimeter of Corsair, 2 large, round, almost elephant-like footprints in the ground. They're unnatural, but you can see the humanoid digits, the toes, and the big toe you look at is about the size of your head. It's a large and heavy creature, and as you look, the footstep itself sinks about a half foot into the ground.
Can I get a size of the creature based on its stride?
It is a large creature. It is a large creature that you notice its feet, when it moves, are actually almost perfectly one against the other, as if like there is no gapping between the legs.
So they're like...
They are
next to
practically like next to each other. When it walks, if they were to be perfectly lined up next to each other, it would look like one large weird foot.
Would I know what this is from?
You would not. This is not a giant that exists in your neck of the woods. This is something that can only really exist in a location where there is luxury and waste and scraps aplenty to exist throughout the countryside. However, you do get this repugnant smell of someone who hasn't washed or cleaned themselves in quite some time. It is this heavy set stench that permeates, worse than bad body odor, worse than your own if you haven't bathed in a long time.
I was gonna say sorry, guys.
This is worse than that. You can get that with just being in that center step with your survival check. You can get that scent of fecal matter that hasn't fallen and been cleaned away off of this individual that has stepped here. You can practically smell they had for lunch. It's just it's disgusting.
Would I get the sense that it's unnatural?
It's not unnatural, but it's definitely disgusting.
Okay.
You've known hill giants before. Hill giants don't get this size. Hill giants' footprints are defined. This is larger than a hill giant, it seems. And with Hawk's perception looking ahead, you notice that there are several large dire bear in the area that should probably be avoided, and they don't seem to be kind of in your path as when you first made your way through here.
Alright, Hawk sees some dire bears, and I'm assuming we don't want to deal with them right now. I feel like we can probably find a path through between Viremir and Hawk.
Yes, and clearly my cloak will keep them off our scent, and I'll sniff it. Does it smell like dire bear?
I'm not going to check. I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Well, I will follow the footprints.
Alright. Following the footprints, it's not hard. This creature has not tried to hide their presence in any way, shape, or form. In fact, they are quite evidently leaving a trail. And you watch as the second pair of footprints make their way off towards the left and start creating a kind of like a herding mechanism together as you get about 3 miles in. And you see that the footsteps have now actually separated and are actually taking longer strides, as if this creature is trying to run. And it looks goofy just by the footprints. They almost kind of lose balance as the feet kind of cross one over the other now, as they seem to be running. I wish you didn't type that. You pick up... Son of a bitch.
Which comment, though?
Attack on Titan.
Okay, there's so much gold.
There are plenty gold in there, yeah. You see the one that took off left is sprinting, creating this wide funnel, and you can...
That's exactly what I was thinking. Those doofy freaking Titans. Oh, you should share that for the stream. I don't know if you can share that for the stream, but it needs to happen.
Hang on. Guys, I'll just share what caused me to break down. Oh, fuck. Whoa, where is it?
They deserve to be let in on this joke.
They do deserve to be let in on this joke. And, actually, I think...
I'll just turn on screen share.
There. I'll put that there, and I'll just let that play. That is what they do to me, you guys. That is what they do to me. Oh, Christ. I'm in tears. Ah, I love you guys.
So
Oh.
does it look like a herding maneuver?
It does look like a herding maneuver, like they're actually trying to bring them in for a kill. Looking at the prints, you notice that they are elk that are actually being herded into this area. As you continue to follow along, you slowly find yourself approaching a clearing that reeks of death and decay. You get that scent of blood and rot lingering in the air, and you can even hear the sound of flies buzzing and making their homes.
Can I get a lay of the land? Does this place look lived in by these creatures?
It does not look lived in, actually. It looks completely like an open clearing in the forest.
So it's a killing field.
It looks like it, because as you finally get a view into it, looking out, you see there are about 20 half-eaten elk corpses. Just, you look and you see that there are bites actually physically taken out of the elk's body.
Well, that's just wasteful.
Well,
No, we need to kill. We need to kill him.
I
You
can
see-
blow my horn.
You see some of these corpses have just been split open at the center, and the meat has been sucked out. The organs have been sucked out, and it's just flat skin sunken in on the bone structure. It is a killing and feasting field. Not only that, actually, just carrying your survival over, as you guys didn't really pick up your pace, there are a few human corpses mixed in here as well. Just bit in half. Lower half kind of
poor
not
human
on.
corpses.
Humanoid.
Humanoid corpses. I want to go check them out.
Checking them out? Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Awen's just gonna stand back as Sin kind of moves forward to check them out, just
Oh,
making
nice.
sure nothing comes out.
Fixer and Hawk are also focusing on detection.
20 total.
20 total. One of them appears to be a woman, a female drow, and the other appears to be a small child. And all that's really left of the small child are just about the thighs down, kind of thrown to the side with the half corpse of the female.
If this is where
don't
the
have anything on them?
Nothing of value. There's really nothing on the child.
Well, yeah, there's only legs left.
The woman
That's why I didn't
doesn't
ask.
really have much on her either, unless you want, like,
I'm just looking for anything that could be identifying.
no identifying marks or IDs on the bodies now. They're
Okay.
tossed into a pile of half-eaten corpses. Different wildlife.
if they feed here, perhaps this is where we can set a trap.
Probably.
Yeah, but how do we? But yeah, I mean, how do we only get one though? I mean, if they're both come here, then we gotta be able to find a way to separate them, so we can only
Well, we
get one at a
pick
time.
one, attack it, take it down, kill the other.
Yeah, I don't think that's what we had in mind when we were saying like we want to separate them and only try to attack one of them at a time. I thought we meant like attack one at a time when the other one's not even like around, maybe.
These don't appear to be standard giants. Did you not see the weird footprints they left?
Clearly they're not here. Can we track them back to their den?
Try to wait for one of them to leave.
Yeah, wait for one to leave and ambush it.
They seem to be using a herding tactic, which means they probably hunt in tandem. Doubt they would leave on their own. It's a good idea. I just don't think it very likely.
It wouldn't hurt to observe them and see if they do. Maybe they don't piss together. You never know.
That is true.
I don't think they take the time to
But
piss. I think
do
they
you
just
not smell
it.
that? Yeah.
I don't think they
Good
go to
point.
find somewhere.
Smells worse than me.
Yeah. Why don't we see where they're see where they lead back to and follow their footprints? Like you said, yeah, maybe you find where they're kind of held up at. And
As you say that, you hear a loud crack in the forest as it sounds like a tree is being knocked down.
Quick, hide. And I will hide.
Are you going to hide in the bodies, or are you going to run back to the edge of the forest?
how far is the forest?
You've got about 100 feet in each direction.
I'm already by the bodies, so I'm gonna
hide. I'm gonna
hide
hide
in the
by the
bodies.
bodies.
Okay. How are you looking to hide yourselves?
Mask of the Wild, you can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly obscured, so I'm just gonna hunker down right there.
In the bodies?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
put my bear cloak over me.
I'm gonna like shrink up into the duster underneath the body.
Okay.
How far away does the crash sound?
You can actually see the birds fly off in a heavy flock as you watch one of the trees
Well,
as
when
it
I
snaps
hide,
and breaks.
Can I also, sorry. When I hide, can I also draw my pistol?
Yeah, totally. And Sin, are you hiding yourself under one of the bodies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm casting armor.
I mean, there's only so many bodies.
Yeah, Eowyn's gonna kind of watch as, like, right as the others start to hide in the bodies, Eowyn's gonna, like, look towards where it's at, and he's gonna start making a break for the trees, but he's going to move slow enough to wait to see if one of them, if one of it's like a giant emerging from the other trees. I'm guessing it's Eowyn's running the opposite direction.
You could run south, you could run south, east, north. It's coming from the west.
So Eowyn's he's going to run, so 90 degrees. If they're coming from the west, he's going to run south towards the trees. Okay. And he's going to wait and make sure that almost he wants to be spotted. Like, if it is a giant, he wants to be spotted running into the trees.
Fixer's gonna go southeast.
Okay.
And book it at full movement.
Okay, so dashing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go southeast with Fixer.
Okay. So, just so I'm clear, 6, Sin, Viamir are the closest, 100 feet away from Law, Fixer, and Eowyn.
Yep.
Okay.
I've pulled
I'm
the bear
also
cloak
going
over
to
me.
command Hawk to go in that direction, and if it emerges from, or if it's going to come out of the forest before we make it to the edge, then I want him to just swoop and distract it for a moment.
Okay. As you all make your moves, I need everyone to go ahead and roll a stealth check except for Eowyn, since Eowyn is looking to get spotted.
Sixteen.
22 with that second nat 20 of the night.
Okay.
Same die.
Yep.
I'm gonna
14.
Okay.
I want to keep rolling it.
Just keep
2
rolling
out of
it.
2, right? But at the same time, I'm also like superstitious. Like it already
that's
rolled
sweet.
too well. All of its luck is gone.
I got an 18.
18. Law, you're muted. Or you're not talking to us.
I was talking to my wife.
Gotcha. Sin?
I rolled really
So,
clever.
we're still doing the like bunch of inspirations, right?
You
For
still have your
level
support
3s?
dice for tier 3.
Yeah. Let's just re-roll that dice.
Oh, jeez.
It must have been really good.
Did you get another shitty roll?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
You need new dice.
We
Okay.
need
You need
said
the
luck
luck.
news dice.
I'm committed to dying, guys. I'm committed to dying.
I'm gonna send you new dice
An 8.
after I let the All Father bless them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. As
The 8 is better than a 4.
as
That is true. That is
as
basic
you
math.
guys attempt to hide, you hear and then you hear something in giant just as you hear the trees give way as they snap under its heavy weight and arms. And out from the edge of the forest, you watch as this heavy set, I can't even say heavy set, you watch as a large giant, however huge in its rotundness, steps out of the woods. You see its heavy, thick, sloth-like body overgrown and exasperated in just layers and layers of fat. As it steps out, its round, pudgy feet, exactly as Viamir saw, these thick discs of meat that it walks upon. You see its fingertips aren't even fingertips. They're just round little sausages that are barely any length. It has hair all up its back, almost coming over to its sunken-in head into its high, arched shoulders, as it almost looks like a slug with arms as it makes its way into the clearing. Its fat, pudgy nose blocking almost entirely one eye as it seems kind of swollen and covered, the other eye countered open wide. Immediately, as it enters, its aura overwhelming and nauseating. None of you are close enough yet to suffer the effects of its stench. However, you begin to hear as it starts lumbering in. You see there are arrows stuck and almost flesh fused to its body that have not been pulled out. You see that there is a sword just kind of stuck in a position where its arm can't quite reach. Its weight getting in the way of reaching the dagger, which also appears to just be fused to the flesh now at this point. As it walks, you hear the sound of liquid sloshing off its body. You hear the occasional slopping of something coming out as it makes each step. Looking around, it will see you, Awen. And as it does, and you see it gets a wicked grin across its fleshy, flabby body. It watches you, and it sees that you're at the edge of its range, and it seems to have some intelligence, enough to know you're too far for it, at least for the moment. It continues forward towards the center, its head twisted, one half of it almost encompassed into its weight and into its body as it And as it does, you watch as its thick, meaty, sausagey hand scoops up one half of a rotten corpse that almost gets close to scooping up Sincere. As Sincere, you just watch this hand come and scoop up one half of an elk corpse, the thick, meaty finger almost passing and touching your nose. You are within its stench aura, as is Six, as is Viamir, and I need all three of you to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws. And it watches at you, Awen, and you watch as its jaw almost unhinges like a snake's, and it just shoves it in there. And you hear the echoing sound of bones crunching as it...
12?
15.
15.
18.
18. Okay. Okay. Sincere, you succeed. And Six, you barely succeed. Viamir, unfortunately, you are poisoned and you spend the next 6 seconds vomiting. You are considered stunned as you just unleash the stomach contents you have inside. I need you to go ahead and make a stealth check for me. Actually, you had a natural 20 is the only reason I'm going to let you make a stealth check to try and stay hidden and vomit quietly.
Vomit quietly.
But it is with I'm gonna say your natural 20 cancels out the disadvantage from being poisoned.
4.
He is
That
just
was not quiet.
up chucking.
Well, as
He's not too close to my coat.
as you all hear Viamir start emptying the contents of his stomach, the giant, his head steps, misses Sincere as it clears Sin, and there's just this behind you as it reaches down and is going to make its attack, and then we're going to start initiative, and it is going to slam down onto a throwing up bear rug. An 18 plus 7 is going to hit.
Totally misses.
Yep.
Yeah, what? That doesn't hit. What?
Don't make me take out the good dice. Viamir, as it slams down onto your vomiting form as you are stunned and feeling your stomach contents empty, you take 10, 16 points of bludgeoning damage as it just boom, crushes you in the back and is going to swing down again for a 13 plus 7 for a 20 to hit you.
Yeah, sure.
This one, though, is only 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it comes down with a second one and boom, hits you again. Your face impacting into the muck and the mud and the blood and your own vomit as it just hits. And the last
Talk about how the CR system works.
It's a CR4, my friend.
With a DC that high? I don't think so.
It's a for its stench.
Yeah.
Its stench is a 15.
Yeah, that's really high for a CR4.
No, it isn't.
No, there's other ones.
It's about average. It's higher on the average, but it's about average.
I was gonna say the saves against my spells are 15.
As it then, having knocked Viamir down, it then sets one leg down on its heel, sets the other leg down, and sits on one half of Viamir, and is initiating its squatting pin.
Oof.
Let's have initiative if we could, please.
Oof.
Um.
Silence heard around the world.
20 to 25. Law?
20.
Dexter got a 20.
I got 24.
20. Sin?
I got a nat 1
Nice.
total.
For a total of what?
3.
For a total of 3. That's all right.
Mm-hmm.
The giant also got a nat 1, which would bring him to a -1.
Nice.
He goes next round.
Next turn, yeah.
And because of that,
Every
he's
other
so
round, right?
focused. Because he is so focused, I will actually say, getting a negative on that. Yeah, he is going. You guys will have 2 rounds against him before he reacts, as he is just going to be sitting on, focusing his sit on Viamir. Viamir, what did you
Hawk
roll?
got an 11.
17.
Okay, and Hawk has an 11,
Yep.
and Awen.
Eowyn got a 12.
Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, top of the round, as you see this giant has just sat down after palming Viamir into the ground twice, and now is just squatting over him as if he's a toilet. It comes to you, 6.
Is there any cover in
There's
in the
corpses.
south, like southeast area, like further out?
Like if you get out of the corpse area, no, not really. It's mostly open plain.
And then how far away?
You have 100 feet to go before you reach the tree line.
I'm going to make that distance. I'm going to dash, and then I'm going to use my feline agility to double.
Okay, so you
the trees.
are you going to be shooting your revolver at maximum range then?
Yes.
Do you have sharpshooter?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good to know.
But I'm not going to shoot because I'll just use my full action to just book it as soon as
Dash
as soon
and
as it
feline
sits down.
agility and just.
Yep.
Viamir, you watch as 6
Black
sees
out.
this, looks up, looks at you, just gets him and gone. Sin, you watch as the cheetah streak fucking disappears.
Neat.
Okay. You've ditched.
I'm gonna have that thing in my sights though.
You are. You ditch. Law comes to you.
If I take my full move of 30 feet, I can't get within 60, right? 'Cause it's...
Correct. It is 100.
Okay, so I am technically dashing, but I'm only moving 45 in.
Okay, so dashing, moving 45 feet. Alrighty. Clearing that to 55 feet away. Alrighty. Ending your turn. Unless you have any bonus actions you want to do.
Yeah, I will inspire Viamir. He's now within 60 feet of me.
Okay. How are you going to inspire Viamir?
Shoot, I don't have any of my limericks up.
I don't think he can hear the limericks from the stench.
I can hear everything.
He broke the 4th wall.
It's okay that the giant already broke most of his body.
When a giant treats you like a squatty potty.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Right up until 1 lower health left.
Oh.
Let's see.
What
All
conditions
right, so
am
this
I?
is just a random.
So I can put
This is
this
just
in
a
for-
random haiku I found.
Grappled and restrained.
Okay. Updating for D&D Beyond. Boom. So you followers at home, you can see this on your screen if you hover over my poor character.
Speaking of which, I still can't. I can't activate that overlay on the thing.
Huh.
Oh.
All right. So I have a haiku for you. Advice for those in a difficult position. First, be flexible.
Oh, Jesus. The Fourth Ghost, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the show. We are happy to have you here. How you doing, man? With a very... are you at a D8 for insp? Or are you at D6 still?
It is still D6.
Still D6. Always good to know. Excellent. Okay. With a little bit of a ditty and a bit of an inspiration, comes to Fixer.
All right. Fixer is going to stay where he is, and he is going to cast Scorching Ray.
Bingo. All right. As you cast Scorching Ray from this massive, massive creature, giant thing, this fat ass fucking giant, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna hit? What are you rolling? What'd you roll?
That is a 16, a 19, and a 22.
All three hit. As you fire off all three Scorching Rays, you watch as it hits, impacts, and burns into his flesh. That will be 6d6, if you would, please.
Dang.
Some
Nice.
good fire damage, man. Scorching Ray is not a spell to ignore. That is a fantastic ability.
That would be 26 points of damage.
26 points of damage. All right, as all three rays impact the giant.
Guys, I did something
Does
right.
anyone speak Dwarvish?
I do.
You
I
hear
don't know
it.
why I chose Dwarvish, but
You,
I do.
the high elf who speaks Dwarvish. You hear him start cursing in Dwarvish a slew of sentences. Just swear on top of swear on top of swear on top of swear.
I think it's because of my engine work that I liked dwarves, but something like that.
Absolutely. Okay.
I will cuss back at him, by the way.
You're gonna cuss back at him. All right. I approve. I approve of this message. Okay.
Jarvet!
Alrighty. Ending your turn. Comes to Viamir. At the start of your turn, Viamir, as you are being crushed underneath this thing's weight, you take 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as its weight begins to crush you even more under its fat, flabby, giant weight.
Naturally, I will rage.
Okay. You
And
burst
then I'm
into a
going to
rage.
attempt to ungrapple myself.
All right. It is a good DC. Go ahead and make your athletics check with advantage as you try and...
And this is where Viamir dies. Crushed to death by a giant bat.
Even with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 8 and a 2.
Oof.
Jeez.
Did you use inspiration on?
You do have a D6
that?
inspiration.
It's a 1.
Oh, shit.
Jeez.
What does that give you?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
This also tells a cautionary tale of never talk about your high rolls. Or
Can I
never get high rolls
for
ever
right
again.
now?
Do you want to give him a D4? Okay, you can
In
give
fact,
him
I
a,
will
you can
give
give
him
him you
two
can give him one of
D4s.
your subscriber D4s. Sure. Yeah, I will let you be
I'll-
generous and give him a subscriber D4. Sure.
+2.
So
17. All right. With a 17, you just managed to slide yourself out from underneath this giant's extremely fat weight. Are you going out its backside or are you going out between its legs?
No, I'm going out its backside.
All right. You all watch Sid. You especially watch as you start cheering him on, telling him to get out of there as Viamir just slides out like a little poop.
Did he also function as toilet paper?
I'm not going to go there.
Oh,
And I will move my full 35 feet away.
All right, you have half your movement speed because you were prone.
So I will go half of 35.
Okay. Misses its attack of opportunity with a natural 2. Definitely ain't gonna hit you with that. Is it just tries to reach around behind it, tries to smack you.
You tried to give me a reach around?
It tried to reach around and smack you.
Good to know.
Comes to Awen.
So Eowyn's got kind of an idea. Eowyn is going to. Can Eowyn see Viamir get out and start running away?
You did. Yep, you saw Viamir get out.
So Eowyn is what would you say, 100-ish feet away?
Yep, you are 100.
Eowyn is going to use a key point to dash at this giant as a bonus action.
All right, key point dash.
And then he's going to use the rest of his movement. He is running
What's your movement speed right now?
45 feet.
So that puts you 10 feet away as you dash up.
So dash up is a bonus, and then I can use a little bit more movement to get all the way to him.
Nope, that is your full movement speed. It would take an action dash to get up there because you have 90 feet with 45 and 45.
So dash is a bonus. Action only gives me how much?
So if you
90
take an action dash... So you have your base move speed of 45, and then you take a dash action as a bonus action with a key point for Step of the Wind. That gives you 90 feet. That puts you within 10 feet of the big guy.
Oh, okay. So if all right, that won't work as I thought. Then we're just gonna go ahead. At this point, Eowyn's just going to. I won't use the key point. I'm just gonna go ahead and just use the full action to dash, and just be running up straight at him at full speed. So I will finish the action next turn.
Okay. As you charge forward and start waylaying and meleeing, getting ready to at least, comes to Hawk. What is Hawk gonna do?
Hawk is going to go to the opposite side of him from me.
Yep.
And he is going to use the help action by distracting him when I have my next attack.
Help action to help you. Okay. Sounds like a good plan. Comes through Sincere. Oh.
Nope. She gone.
She got scared of her turn.
She missed so hard that she left.
Oh.
dang. Ooh.
That was a mean burn.
It's horrible. Okay, so the giant did not see me, right?
You don't think so?
Okay. Well, I mean, it almost stepped on me, but then it didn't. And went straight for Vimir. Okay. So I would like to stealthily. How far away is it from me right now?
It's only a couple feet.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna stand up quietly, still in stealthy mode. Hexblade curse this guy and like stab him in the ass.
You can certainly try.
Do I get advantage because he doesn't know I'm there?
Nope. He saw you. Vimir just
You're
made
not
the
a
most
rogue.
noise.
God damn it. Okay, that's fine.
His step
It's
was
fine.
actually trying to hit you, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Yeah, he was trying to step on you.
That's too bad. What the fuck? No. How many dice do I get? Again. A month.
You get, I think it's 5 advantage die.
I've used one already. Using another one. I swear to God.
Can you subscribe more than one time a month?
Nope.
Right?
But you can cheer and bit if you feel like it.
Yeah, well, that one is a little better with a 15 instead of a fucking 6.
A 15 just barely
No.
hits.
No. 15 on the dice.
Oh, 15 on the dice, it will still barely hit.
Oh, okay.
Without your
It'll
mods
still-
being added to it.
Eh.
But you
Well
hit.
then.
You hit, finally.
Fine.
You hit something
my-
that is the broadside of a barn.
I know. It's bullshit. Alright, well, at least I did good damage. So that is a total of 7 plus 6 plus 2 is 15.
15 points of damage. Hot shit. As you strike into its backside, it groans and turns and slowly shifts its heavy weight towards you.
And then I want to be at 10 feet away.
10 feet away. Okay. Alrighty. As you stand there, it comes to its turn. I changed my mind. And
Wow.
it is going
Rude.
to just shift, and it's going to move into your zone of attack. Do you have Sentinel?
No.
No. Okay. So it gets up into you.
Oh, baby.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 doesn't hit you.
No.
11
it
doesn't hit you.
doesn't. Ah.
However, a 15 plus 7 will hit you.
Yeah.
As it misses, you duck down, trying to keep your horns out of its reach as it misses you with one meaty palm, swings down with another meaty palm. And Awen, I forgot to have you also make a con save as well for entering its stench.
Oh, that's 19 on the die, so that's a 20 total.
20 total. Alrighty. You succeed. Sin, it only hits you for 9 points of bludgeoning damage with its second massive meaty swing impacting you into the side.
Okay, cool. It takes 5 points of cold damage.
5 points of cold. Alrighty. To that. Alright. Ends its turn. Not able to do much as it just comes to the top of the round with 6.
I'm a long range shot him. But do I see that Sin is within his area? Like.
Yep. Sin is point blank range with him right now.
Okay, so that I can see that and all that. So I'm just going to take a shot with
Alrighty.
the sharpshooter.
Alrighty. Sharpshooter shot. Here we go.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Actions. Oh, that's okay. It's a 15.
15 will hit.
Yeah. So that is
right? What's your mods? What is it? You're 0 out?
It was a +7 and then -5. So that's why.
So
+2.
2 plus 2.
So 15 plus 2?
Yeah.
Yep, that'll hit.
That
will
is 19 points of damage.
Whew. Good chunka.
And I am going to stay right there so I can recharge my feline ability.
All right. As the round you fire impacts, you watch as it just kind of impacts, and you watch as the blubber kind of ripple effects on its entire massive, huge body, as the trickle of blood kind of pours out of a small little hole. Comes to Law.
Am I within 60 feet of Viamir?
You are.
Okay, then I am going to hit him up with a healing word.
Okay.
Level 2.
Also, real quick note, I'm reading a little bit closer that technically all the bullets are magic. I just choose to have an effect happen if it hits.
Yep.
So, okay. So, magic bullet. Boom.
So that'll be 11 points of healing to Viamir.
Okay. 11 points of healing to Viamir. Very
and then
nice.
And then I will also viciously mock this foul beast.
Let's check that wisdom save. Does an 11 succeed?
It does not. And as Law heals Viamir, he'll look over at the creature and he'll say, "Thou degenerate, rough-hewn, filthy rogue! Thou viperous, puke-stalking vassal! Thou mangled, decayed hypocrite!"
Oh.
It's not that he was mocked, just confused.
Well, that's
that
1
hurt
point of
more.
psychic damage.
One
Thank
point
you.
of psychic
One point of
damage.
confusion damage. It's like a Pokemon move right there.
It hurts itself in confusion.
No, confusion is a way better move than that.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a good turn. That's a good turn. Fixer.
All right. Fixer is going to blast away again with another Scorching Ray, assisted by Hawk.
Okay. With advantage. Cast it. Touch.
That is a 23.
Ooh, yeah, that hits.
That is a 25
Yeah.
Jesus.
and a 19.
Oh, yeah, all three hit.
Oh my god.
See, guys, I just needed advantage all along.
Very nice. All you needed to do was drink a little.
Every single one of those, the other one was like a 2, a 4, and I think
Ooh,
an 8. So
that's harsh. That is harsh.
Huh. That would be a 11 this time.
And 11 points of damage total.
Like, 4 of those rolls were 1s.
Oof. Okay. As all three strikes land firm, they hit not too sensitive parts. It seems to kind of shrug a good amount of the damage off, not doing as much as you would have hoped. He still is looking as bits of the hair on his body begins to burn off as he looks down at Sin. As you do that, at the end of your turn, you hear coming off from the direction that this one came from. Viamir comes to you.
Bonus action, I'm gonna drink my potion of healing.
Okay. Rage, drink the potion.
For 7 heals.
Nice.
And then feeling reinvigorated, I'm gonna go in and attack this motherfucker. Is there any way, like, with Sin right there? And
You can get
A1
into a
charging
flanking
up?
position. Yep.
Fantastic. 15? Yeah, it's a 6.
15 hits.
Uh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
13 points of damage. Hot shit.
Jesus. This thing's going down soon, right? Hopefully.
Wouldn't you hope?
How's it looking?
It's looking cut. It's looking chunky. Looking kind of like a good chunky salsa.
Is he rare or medium
this.
yet?
He's still rare, but he's a chunky salsa.
And
Right.
17 on the con save. I presume I need.
Nope, you only need to make one.
Okay.
Okay. Ending your turn.
Oh, so I'm just used to the stench now.
You are used to the stench now. It's not a good thing, especially after being pinned underneath it. Awen comes to your turn.
I didn't need that stuff in my stomach, guys.
So
Slow me down.
Awen has been like full out sprinting at this creature, and he's gonna finish off the rest of his movement, and he is going to be attacking it, and then he's gonna use a key point for the flurry of blows.
All right.
So we'll see.
As you
Hopefully
come
it's-
up full sprint, leaping at it for that last 10 feet, just whoa, bam!
Yeah,
Bam, 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 bam!
Yeah, he's not even gonna use his quarterstaff for this. He's just full out sprinting, and he's just gonna be like a flying front kick, essentially.
All right.
Just to start it off.
I'm really hoping like you managed to hit a nat 20, and it's one of those moments I wish I had like the One Punch
It
theme
was
song.
close. It
One
was a 19.
Punch!
Yeah, 19 on the die, so a 25.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
And so that's just the first attack. That's for 8 damage for that one. The next one is a 17.
Yep,
total.
that hits.
And that is 7 damage.
Okay.
And
It's
the last
15.
attack is the last one's going to likely miss a 12.
The 12 does miss.
But he's going to use since he hit with one of his flurry of blows, he's going to...
Stunning strike.
No, he doesn't have that yet. He's going to use his open hand technique and try and knock this thing prone.
Okay.
So he is full sprinting with his and jumping kick, and the DC is 14.
It fails as you come running in and just leap and just give a heavy roundhouse kick to the side of the head, followed by a heel drop into the back of its skull. It drops to the ground like a ton of bricks. You all feel this as its entire body mass ripples and shakes. Awen just knocks the shit out of this thing down in one heavy hit. It is conscious and alive, barely holding on. It's trying to regain its composure. As Awen, you go for the follow-up strike down, realize he's gone while you're still in midair, and just allow your body to just dexterously slow fall down to the ground as you land on the opposite side of it.
And that's it. He's gonna try and get everyone to focus his attention on the fallen guy before
Alrighty.
the next one comes.
Well, with that bit of epicness, Hawk, what is Hawk gonna do?
Did I
Roll that
did I
last
tell
hit with
which
advantage
direction?
then, because you had Sin and Viamir.
Well, he wouldn't have
Flanking.
tried. He wouldn't have wanted to be in a flanking position with them.
You would have had one
because
anyways
he
because
wanted
they
to.
were harrowing it.
He would have tried to. I guess he would have tried to angle himself so that way he fell in between.
Yep, you
Viamir
still would have
and
had the flank because it
Oh.
would have been 3 people harrying it at the same time.
The tri-pincer maneuver, as it is now known.
Try Fencer. That's a 17 then. For
That'll
the
hit.
last one. That's 5 damage.
All right, retconning this. As you come up with a flying roundhouse kick followed by a heel drop, dropping it down to the ground, you enter this just beautiful moment of slow-mo as you spin round and see its head just kind of lolling there and come down with a forceful fist strike right into its temple. You feel the bone structure of the skull crack underneath, a bit of blood squirt out its nose, its eyes kind of bulge slightly out of its skull as it falls lifeless under its own weight as its body just... You have slain a giant in a 3-strike combo, anime style, full-blown destruction of one giant.
Awen's just gonna look at Viamir and be like, "Yeah." He's like looking for that glorification. That's that glorification from Viamir. Like, I did it.
Does
As the thing dies.
does Awen yell?
Her health back.
Awen, he would have probably yelled like while he was in the air, like as he was running and jumping, but not after he.
Not back to Viamir as Viamir yells at you.
Nah, yeah, Viamir would have yelled, and he would have just been kind of looking at him like, "Did I do good?"
Okay.
With Vimir's like bloodshot eyes covered in shit. Just a mad frenzy, just.
Indeed. As this one falls, you hear as the last few trees crack and shatter out of place, and one of them gets lifted up out of the ground as you see another one of these large flab giants make their way into the area. Look, and as its eyes bore down at all of you, you see its hair is quite longer and actually more scraggly looking, and it seems to have a light cloth, almost brassiere, barely holding anything together, as it just and just grabs this large pine tree and just hums it at Awen in an attempt at some form of revenge.
Jesus.
That is a 2.
Ooh, he dodges it.
As it
They're not that aerodynamic.
as it does,
Matrix.
Awen, you just use the just gelatinous form of this creature as a trampoline, and you give it a few bounces and just land back on it. The tree impacting behind you. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session and pick up next week with some spells burnt, some abilities gone, and one other flab giant making its way towards the party for a bit of vengeance against them all. I'm excited. Next week will be fun.
We could totally take this fucking Titan right now.
10 minutes. That's a 10-minute kill.
You guys could, but I want to put it off. I want to put it off and see what a week of impatience and a week of nerves does to you all. And with that, folks, I love you all. Thank you all so much for coming by, watching, and hanging out. And we will pick this up next week, and we'll have some more fun. So I'll see you guys then. Have a great night. Bye-bye now.